go away and come back in half an hour? Will we go away and come back in half an hour?
Yellow sign on the end saying 3Y. That little boat shed at the end of that wharf is Henry Danger's original boat shed from 1864. bit like your grandfather's axe, had a couple of new heads, a few new handles, but it's still your grandfather's axe.
On the back of the chair.
Yeah, just we spin the boat around over on the right there, we've got a boat called True North. It's an annual pilgrimage to the Hawkesbury River.
Wendy?
Stay up here for about a week. Just bear in mind, all you guys on the outside decks, as the train does cross the bridge just before you go under it. There you go, just bear in mind, the train's got holding tanks now, so something to drip on you as you go under the bridge is probably just a bit of water. Yeah, so there's a station up Mullet Creek called Wonderbine. Wonderbine's got a population of 4, so if you want to get off the train at Wonderbine, you get in the last carriage at the back door, tell the guards you want to get off. We don't tell any train won't stop. The platform's about 3/4 of a carriage long, and it's the only station in Australia that's not accessible by road. Mainly services people doing the Great North Walk from Sydney to Newcastle. Just the 4 people live at Wonderbine have got their own boats that were built by the Union Bridge Building Company from 1886 to 1889. All the sandstone work's really nice. But they used pretty ordinary concrete under the water, and they never took them down to the bedrock. So over time, so if you want to see who they were, you probably get hit by a train reading their names. One guy actually fell into the concrete pour. They claim it was an accident. They couldn't get him back, get him out, so he's still there. So the trusses on both this bridge and also Pete's Ferry Bridge, the old road bridge up in front of us, will go under shortly. They're all put together like big Meccano sets. As we go under the bridge here, there's all these cutouts in the cliff and all this concrete work. Build all the trusses over there, and they just put barges under them and floated them out with the tide, dropped them on the pylons as the tide went out. So this river that we're on, the Hawkesbury, it's salt water, it's tidal, there's all sorts of sea life here. There's fish, jellyfish, sharks, turtles, dolphins, seals, stingrays, whales. A 15-metre humpback whale at the road bridge a couple of years ago. By far the most dangerous thing on the river. There's a couple of them just on our left, they're houseboats. You're allowed to drive them without a licence, and sometimes people are sober, so we do try and stay right out of their way. We just saw coming under the bridge there. This guy going all over the place. All this land on the left-hand side of us, from here stretching out almost as far as the road bridges. When you see one, you might see 2 or 3, so keep your eye out. If I can just get all the guys standing in front of the wheelhouse here, just to spread out a little bit, so I have some hope of seeing where we're going, that'd be really appreciated. You guys in front, just spread out a bit, thank you. Past them. Another one in the mangrove going out the front of it. Amazing colour spots. So Sydney Basin and Hawkesbury Basin is around River Valley. Hawkesbury sandstone has a variation in its colour than Sydney sandstone, so there must have been more vegetation up in this valley millions of years ago. left down on the point here, look up, like see what's sitting on through there. Halfway up the hill. Coming up on the left hand side, obviously we've got Sandbrook Inlet. There you go. We're putting a bit of an air show for us now. Okay, so on the, coming out the left hand side we've got Sandbrook Inlet, locals call that the gut. Drove into Brooklyn today, we've driven past Sandbrook Inlet, seen a few of the boats and marinas as you came in. Came down the someone's got a fish. So as we spin the boat around, we've got a couple of road bridges in front of us. Just about to come under. Was it a car ferry? Well, no, not in 1944. 1844, with a fairly advanced era. Until 1973, when the new bridge was finished, the Brooklyn Bridge, which was 3 lanes each way, and that was it should have been here, but it was 1 lane each way. All these bridge works happening, they keep moving. I love bureaucracy, haven't we? The Hawkesbury River finished up about 8 kilometres down behind us in Broken Bay. Starts about 120 kilometres up in front of us around Penrith, where it changes its name to the Mean River. Changes from salt water to fresh water. Flows up to Lake Burragarang, where Sydney gets its water supply from. And it ends up being the Wallandilly River down around Golden. All up it's about 450 kilometres long. It's got all these different names discovered by different explorers, and no one's ever got round to changing their name back. See guys there in afternoon trying to get their boats back on trailers and they're hanging up or downstream at 5 knots. You never rock the help and you just watch. We'll have a look at it on the way back down. Then after they died, in 1886, they sold back to the government. In 1902, the blokes didn't miss out, become a rehab hospital for male alcoholics. So the women and the politicians had Pete Island back behind us. HMAS Parramatta. It was Australia's first warship. Built in Glasgow in 1910, sailed out here by an Aussie crew. As we had no official navy at the time, they used English to feed the stern. You measure ships without a stern. It's possibly the longest ship in the world because they're about 25 kilometres apart. One of its sister ships, the HMAS Swan, was moored off Little Lobby Beach, which is over past Dangle Island, looking down the storm in 1973. Can't show you that one because it went down in 70 feet of water.
Really? Mama. You put your thing into it. Yeah. What are you doing already? They probably estimated how much. Sini amount. Yeah. Of course. Leave like that.
Before about the physics, the flying sewage system they have over at Dangle Island. If you look at this pylon on the right hand side, there's all these vertical and diagonal holes drilled in it. During the war they drilled a few of the pylons and filled them with explosives. So if the Japanese have got this far, they're going to blow some pylons, drop some trusses into the river, which would have slowed the Japanese down a little bit. So eventually the point both the gear bridges being finished for a train. That never happened. And just past the pool here we've got the co-op wharves. So if you live on Dangle Island or Little Lobby Beach, put your hand up and you pay a fee and you get a pen somewhere in there, get somewhere fairly close to, fairly safe to park your boat because there's lock gates at the end. And you're key to go both ways. And straight ahead of us, a little white ferry at the public wharf. That is the Dangle Island ferry. That's what you catch if you go to Dangle for the day. If you time it right, you get a trip past Little Lobby Beach as well. It's called the Sun. It's the worst thing they could have called it. When I used to drive that, people at Dangle Island told me the sun revolved around Dangle Island. Can't help some people. It's a beautiful old boat. If you guys like the Anzac biscuit you had for morning tea, if you want to buy some to take home, see Angela at the office at the end of the wharf here when you get off. She's the keeper of the Anzac biscuits. So she's got little packets she can sell you. There's a bit of traffic here, so I'm going to get a bit busy. I'm going to need both hands to park this thing and put it away in the pen, so I hope you guys all had a good day. Here comes Ange down the wharf. She's the keeper of the Anzac biscuit.